Welcome to the Lantern's Tale. Let me guide you into tonight's chilling true story. In June 1941, deep in the ancient lands of Central Asia, Soviet archaeologists dared to open a tomb long shrouded in legend and fear. They ignored the warnings of an ancient curse and unleashed a mystery that would echo across time. Tonight, we unravel the eerie tale of the cursed Tomb of Tamerlane, a story where history and myth walk hand in hand. Tamerlane, also known as Timur, was a conqueror of immense power and ruthless ambition. His empire stretched from the sands of India to the gates of the Mediterranean, and wherever his armies marched, devastation followed. When he died in 1405, he was entombed in a grand mausoleum in Samarkand, Uzbekistan, a resting place of blue domes, silent stone, and an air of eternal stillness. Carved into the ancient stone was a chilling warning. Whoever disturbs my tomb will unleash an invader more terrible than I. For centuries, this curse kept the tomb sealed, a silent threat hanging in the air. Local elders spoke of it in hushed voices, a reminder that the past does not always stay buried. But in June 1941, as war clouds gathered over Europe and the world held its breath, Soviet leader Joseph Stalin ordered the tomb opened. He wanted to confirm the identity of the conqueror, to claim a piece of ancient glory for the Soviet state. A team of archaeologists, led by Mikhail Gerasimov, descended into the darkness of the Gur-e-Amir mausoleum. The air was heavy and cold, thick with the weight of centuries and the prayers of those who believed the curse was real. Ignoring the chants of the elders outside, the archaeologists pried open the sarcophagus. Inside lay Tamerlane's bones, wrapped in faded silk, his skull still marked by the scars of battle. They studied the remains by flickering lamplight, awed by the presence of a warlord whose shadow had once stretched across continents. 3 days later, on June 22, 1941, Adolf Hitler launched Operation Barbarossa, the largest and bloodiest invasion in human history. German armies surged across the Soviet Union, leaving cities in ruin and millions dead. To those who believed in the curse, this was no mere coincidence. The tomb had been disturbed, and an invader, more terrible than Tamerlane, had risen to plunge the world into chaos. The eerie link between the opening of the tomb and the Nazi invasion became a legend among soldiers and civilians alike. Whispers spread that Tamerlane's spirit had been angered, that his wrath had been awakened by the violation of his resting place. The archaeologists themselves were said to be haunted by nightmares, visions of the conqueror's restless spirit demanding vengeance for his disturbed slumber. In 1942, with the German army at the gates of Stalingrad and the Soviet Union on the brink of collapse, leaders decided to return Tamerlane's remains to his tomb. A solemn ceremony was held, his bones reinterred with ancient prayers and offerings, as if to soothe the fury of a conqueror long dead. Almost immediately, the tide of the war began to shift. At Stalingrad, the Soviet army would strike back, turning the course of history and halting the Nazi war machine in its tracks. Today, the Gur-e-Amir mausoleum still stands in Samarkand, its turquoise dome gleaming in the desert sun. Visitors walk softly through the shadowed halls, paying their respects to the conqueror who sleeps within. The warning remains, etched deep in stone, a chilling reminder and a silent promise that some secrets should never be disturbed. In the quiet hours of the night, the stones of the mausoleum seem to whisper old secrets, echoing the voices of the past. Visitors who stand in the moonlight claim to feel a presence, a weight in the air that cannot be explained. Some say it is the restless spirit of Tamerlane himself, forever guarding the gateway between life and death. Others believe it is the echo of all the blood spilled to build his empire, an eternal warning that power always comes at a price. These ancient halls, bathed in the soft glow of flickering lanterns, seemed to hold the memory of every footstep, every prayer whispered to calm the dead. The mausoleum stands as a testament to the power of belief, a story written in stone and shadow, a story that will never truly fade. Thank you for listening to The Lantern's Tale. If you enjoyed this true story, join us next time, if you dare.